Welcome everyone to this Final Fantasy IV PC speedrun tutorial. I'm trying to record this in one go, so there might be some mishaps during the video, but I hope this will be helpful for anyone who is interested in the FF4 PC speedrun and wants to learn something new. First of all, this is a normal mode run. Hard mode is a little bit different than normal mode. It also has a little bit of a different route, which we are still currently working on. And also, I will be using Turbo for this run. We have allowed Turbo as a legal function for the run, since you can get Turbo on Steam as long as you play around in the settings. That's how you can get Turbo in the game. If you want to do that, just go through my channel. I have a video dedicated on how to get Turbo running on PC games. Or should I say Steam games. Good. Is that everything? Oh yeah, one more note. There will be sections in the game where I will use speed up. I will use a third party program just to speed up through certain sections, just so we will get done with the boring parts faster. So just you're informed. I will be using speed up functions to go through boring sections faster. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin. 3, 2, go. First of all, we use the cursor or the mouse to always skip the cutscenes, because that is faster for the inputs. If you use your controller to skip the cutscenes, that does lag. Then at the start you want to fight those floating eyes, and those floating eyes have 40 HP each. So every time you fight these floating eyes, you have to deal at least 40 damage to kill them in one go. Now, the thing about these floating eyes is there is a chance that you auto-damage them and do less than 40 damage. And when that happens, you have to attack them again. And having to attack them again costs 10 seconds every time. You can't kill them on the first attack. So it's a very, very heavy reset point early on in the run. As you can see right now, I'm currently using speed up just to skip through a bunch of texts quicker. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do once you get a hold of Cecil again, you want to go to settings and change battle speed to slow, since we are about to go to the overworld where encounters can happen. Okay, I will use speed up to go through the castle just so everything's quicker. We're gonna go through here, to the right. Basically all the early game shenanigans. You want to meet up with Rosa, then talk to her, then move on to your bed chambers. But on the way you will also learn about Sid, also one of your coming up companions, who is reading you. Then we go to the bed chambers, and then on the way you will find Naming Way. This poor little fellow asks you to change your name, but changing your name in this game doesn't do anything. So we swiftly move on, talk to this young woman here, and go to the bed chamber. Press yes, cursor to skip the cutscenes. Go to the Chocobo Forest down in the southwest, then take Chocobo towards the Mist Cave. Get off the Chocobo in front of the Mist Cave and go through the Mist Cave. I won't name directions, I will just have the map open so you can see where I'm going. Okay, so right here, if I can get away from this battle. Okay, there we go. After this little staircase, which is behind Cecil right now, what you want to do, you want to unequip everything of Kane except his weapon. That's important. You want to unequip everything except his weapon, so Kane can die faster during the fight. So what I usually do is, when you're on the spear, just do Iron Shield down, and then just square, or in case you use an Xbox controller, X to get rid of all of his equipment. Now, Iron Shield is very important, so we have to keep that in mind for later, because we really need that Iron Shield. And we go to settings and set battle speed to fast. Yeah, let's now fight Mist Dragon. Now, how do we fight Mist Dragon optimally? So, it's not shown up on screen, but I'm currently pausing the game. So, as you can see, both Cecil's and Kane's ATB load up. So, what you want to do is, as soon as both have ATB, Cecil immediately uses Darkness and Kane uses Attack immediately. And you also have to choose your moves really fast, because if you're not fast enough, then Mist Dragon can attack in between their ATB charge. And if Mist Dragon can attack between their ATB charge, they're not, like, their ATB, Kane's and Cecil's ATB are not in sync. And if they're not in sync, the stack go down pretty badly. Could lose a ton of time. So Attack and Darkness. Ice Space. Now, we do want Kane to be dead at the end of this fight, so Cecil can get all the EXP, which is gonna be a theme for this and the next boss. Gonna attack again. And after the next attacks, Mist Dragon will conceal into like mist. It dissolves into mist. And during this part, I usually attack Kane himself. Wait a couple seconds, then we do Darkness, so we have full Darkness again. And once Dragon manifests itself again, we attack again. Usually it takes 2 attacks to kill at this point, but since I had really bad damage rolls and Kane missed 1 attack, I don't know if it will kill. Okay, yeah, as I thought. It took 3 attacks because Kane missed once and had really bad damage rolls. Yeah, that's Mist Dragon. Okay, so after the fight, we go to settings and battle speed slow. And go to the Mist Village. Cutscene skip, talk to Rhea and everything. Quite a lot of downtime in this tutorial, so gonna be stuff I will not commentate because there's a bunch of stuff that does not need commentary. Since there's just a bunch of walking around. Okay, right before Kaipo, you want to change to battle speed fast again, because once you're in Kaipo, you cannot change your battle speed. You're locked in a cutscene that you can't get out of, which transitions into a fight immediately. So you have to change your battle speed outside of Kaipo. If you don't do it, and you try to do it within Kaipo, then you're out of luck, because you can't do it, and you will have to do the next fight slow. As you can see, Cecil moves by himself right now. Into the inn and everything. Talking to Rydia. Oh yeah, usually there's a theme playing here, but sometimes it messes up, and I can't really explain to you why that is sometimes. But sometimes it just messes up. So this fight's really easy. Go to items, Red Fang, and kill. You can never outspeed the guards. You never are able to outspeed them. They're just too fast. Yeah, items, Red Fang, and you should win. Easy as pie. In case you want to do this on hard mode, this fight can be quite the nuisance because a Red Fang can kill. However, if you don't defend, there is a high chance that Red Fang is not going to kill, because Red Fang does damage based on your current HP. Okay, so after the inn and everything, we go to this shop right here. We gotta do some shopping, but first we gotta sell some stuff. And as we said earlier, we really need the Iron Shield, so we're gonna sell Iron Gloves, Iron Armor, and Iron Helm. And after that, we're gonna change back by 5 to 6 potions. They usually pay by 5 or 6. 1 emergency exit, and 1 Maiden's Kiss. And that's that. Okay, oops. Now we go to the top right of Hypo Village. Or should I say, we go a different kind of inn, where Rosa is quote-unquote held, but she is being treated, should I say. And now we heard that we have to cure her in some way or form, so we make ourselves on the way. When going out of Kuiper, we want to go back to battle speed slow, because we're going back into the overworld where encounters can happen. So, to not get absolutely decimated by random encounters, we will put our battle speed back to 6. Let's go through the sewers, and then we find the Sage Ella. Okay. There's not a lot to say here. Just make sure that you're going the right direction. It's very easy that you mess up or forget the directions where you have to go. That's why I'm using the overlay map to go through these maps. I can usually navigate through them without by now, but for tutorial purposes, it's probably better using the map here to see where you can go through. For those people who are interested in making a map for themselves, so they know where I'm going through. Oops. Okay. Go over here, and you want to get this chest. You probably saw that I picked up the chest earlier. The chest of which I picked up earlier... Oh, sorry. You shouldn't go down here. After this chest, you go back up. My brain did really old strats, so yeah, don't go down there. Just make the chest go up here. But yeah, at the start there, I picked up one chest, which was an ether chest for the cutscene with Tella. And then I picked up another chest right there and there. The chest which I picked up there was a Shadow Blade, the second one, which is a weapon for Dark Knight Cecil to increase his attack. Or should I say, to just increase damage output. You do need increased damage output for Optima Moth. It is one of the most annoying fights in the entire game, because it's very unpredictable. We just picked up those two chests, which is Hades' armor and Harmony Sandals. Both things that we're going to need any second now. Okay. Now go back to game speed 1. Now, want to see how much HP does Cecil have? Full HP, full HP. Okay. Reedy does not have full HP. We could debate if we want to keep, if we want to heal Rydia or not. Reasons to keep Rydia, or to heal Rydia, is that she's gonna be a punching bag for a little while longer. And a reason to not heal her is to not have her alive for much longer than she is. Because, as I said earlier, killing your party members so Cecil can level up is gonna be a theme for a couple of bosses in early game. In this case, it's gonna be the same. At the end of Octomoth, you want to have Rydia and Tella dead. Okay. So, let's just say we don't want to heal Rydia at all. She has 44 health. Should be okay. The first thing we're gonna do, go to Equipment, Cecil, and we press Optimize. As you can see, he gets Shadow Blade and Hades Armor. Then we go to Abilities, go to Tella, go to Attack, go to Black Magic, go to Thunder, go down to Recall, go down Black Magic, go down for Poison, White Magic, Blink, Black Magic, White Magic, Cura. This is my way of doing the shortcuts. This is what I think is the best way of doing the shortcuts. There might be a preferred way of doing it, but that's how I do it, and I think this is the most preferable way of setting all of this. Okay, and with that said, we can change battle speed to fast, and we can start fighting Octo. Octo is considered one of the worst fights in the entire run, due to his nature, I would say. So, what we want to do here is we want Cecil to darkness immediately and Tella to cast Poison. Poison, the reason why is every time Poison does a tick, or every time Poison does damage, it's 33 guaranteed damage, which is passive damage that we don't have to deal. So Poison is a very, very strong spell in this. For Rydia, I usually just ignore her, but since she does have a little bit low HP, I'll use the Fen on her this time. Poison and Dark. Okay. Now with Cecil, I'm just gonna attack, and him, I'm just gonna attack too. Now, as you can see, I'm in like an attack with Rydia, but I'm not executing the attack. And this is what's called ATB wait trick. So if we do this quote-unquote ATB wait trick and like go into a quote-unquote attack which we don't execute, then animations around us, like Cecil and Tella have queued up right now. Cecil has an attack and Tella has a thunder queued up. The ATB from the enemy is not going up. Since the entire fight is based on ATB, and we and the enemy have to wait until our ATB is filled to do the next attack. Whenever I'm in wait mode and go into an attack like this, the wait mode triggers, so the ATB cannot continue to go up. As if I would be out of that right now, then Octomoth's ATB should go up, while I'd still be waiting to use my animations for my attacks. That's ATB wait trick. And Thunder. And once we see the damage, we can go out. Okay. Do the ATB wait trick again. I'm holding out this time, because if I wouldn't have held it out this time, then Cecil would not have had darkness for another turn. Like, as you see, Cecil's darkness ran out. And if I would not have ATB weight tricked that, then his darkness would have ran out on during the third hit. Perfect. Okay, now we start off to use Cure Up because both my party members have quite low HP. Also, ADB Weight Trick also causes that if you have status effects like Darkness or anything, that those quote-unquote timers that they are running on, that they don't go down. And we're now on tentacle number 3. We have now 3 tentacles left. Or, yeah, I forgot to mention, you want to blink Cecil as soon as you trigger the 5 tentacles. As soon as you're down to 5 tentacles, you want to blink Cecil. I don't know why, but that seems to be a safe place or a safe time to use a blink on Cecil, and it should always work. 4 is almost already too late because you should cure, and 6 is too early. So usually, if Octo is down to 5 tentacles, not counting the 2 on the side here, so only the 3 tentacles looking in the sky, or the 5, only then is when I would use Blink on Cecil. And as you can see, Rydia is dead, which is third to be the case right now. So now we are in the 3 tentacle phase, and now Octo gets even stronger. And this is a little bit sketchy, so we gotta make sure that we don't die here. And what we do is we do a mix between casting Blink, casting Cura, and casting Thunder with Tella. It comes down on how Octomoth decides to attack our party. I think since we're currently both full HP, I decide to use Thunder. However, deciding what happens next, or who Octo attacks, those are going to decide what I'm doing next. So, let's see what Octo will do. Okay, Tella got attacked. Where I can get my... I think before I can get my Tella move in. Okay, I think I have to cure. Okay, I'll do 1 heal with him. Just so if Tella gets hit again, Cecil will be full HP. Perfect. I'll just keep Tella alive for punching bag. Perfect. Okay. You could have used Thunder there, but this also works. And that's Octo. Now, what I want to mention for this fight. This is a very intricate fight. It goes different every single time you do the fight. However, there are just some key points that I can tell you, which are use poison and make sure that it hits ASAP. Make sure that you use Blink on Cecil once 5 tentacle remain. And just make sure that both Tella and Rydia are dead at the end of the Octo fight. Those 3 quote-unquote pillars of information are the most important parts of the fight to lead you to a successful fight. You have to basically learn the ins and outs of how Octo works and how dangerous Octo can be in certain situations and react accordingly. This fight is not 100% scripted unless you do the RNG manipulation, which in my opinion is even harder than learning how to react on Octo. without any prior knowledge. If you want to learn the 100% win rate RNG manipulation of Octomomoth, I have a YouTube video on that on the channel as well. If you're interested, you can watch that. There I'm going in the depths. I'll explain in depth on how to do the RNG manipulation from start to finish and how we set up everything and how we do the fight. But yeah, if you don't want to do the RNG manipulation, just make sure that you know how to react to this fight. It's a very brutal fight, and if you don't know how to react, it can go downhill really fast, really badly. Okay. With that out of the way, we can finally continue. Now, the important part is that Cecil's alive is that he's going to be level 17. We need level 17 for Antlion. Otherwise, we cannot survive Antlion. So after Octo, you actually don't want to change the battle speed. You want to keep the battle speed on fast. You just want to pray that you don't get an encounter here. It has happened thus far to me that you get an encounter there, but it's rather rare. Okay, then you want to go to Demsayan. You want to go to the east to the Demsayan dungeons, and then you want to take those two chests, which is a Phoenix Down and an Ether, and then down here in the down left corner, also get an Elixir. All three items of those are very important. Well, you could, in theory, you could skip the Phoenix Down, but that Phoenix Down is basically just a safety measure, and believe me, I have used this Phoenix Down more often than not. I would highly recommend getting that Phoenix Down, just because the next time you can buy one is in like 30 minutes from now, so it'll be a while, And there are a bunch of places and a bunch of bosses where you can die to.
Oh, Anna, there's life left in you yet.
Okay. Now, with the hovercraft, we now go to the right side. With this little Antlion stand. So what we do here, for Antlion stand, we go to the magic, Bridia, use her cure on herself and on Cecil to full heal ourselves. After we fully healed, go to party formation, Bridia, and put her on the lowest part, or on the lowest slot of the party. Go to settings, and then we go to battle speed slow. And now we can enter the Antlion's den. We go to the right side, or left side, however which way you look at the map, and we get that chest, which is Spider Silk. Spider Silk is an essential item that we need for Antlion to slow Antlion down. Okay, so why did we change the party formation with Rydia? Reason is, if we change Rydia this way, then Young will later join in the front row and will do a lot of damage against Mother Bomb. That's basically the entire reason why. After those 4 staircases here, you will be down right before Antlion, and you want to change the battle speed to fast, like I've already done. And then we can go forward, and we can find Antlion. Let me change back regular speed, and then we can fight. So, Antlion. Antlion is a very, quote-unquote, specific boss fight. Should work, has a very interesting strategy. When the eyes are white, then Antlion will counter every single physical attack that you do. If the eyes are red, Antlion will counter every single magic attack that you do. So, what we want to do is you want to attack Antlion during the red eyes phase. Deal enough damage though, we will start with Cecil using Hermes Sandals on himself, and one of the remaining characters use Spider Silk. Now, we want to do Darkness immediately. Then check the damage. Now, Antlion is a boss fight where damage rolls can make or break the strat. So keep an eye out if you do over 250 or less than 250 damage per hit. Because if you do a lot of attacks or a lot of hits under 250 damage per hit, then your strat could go down the drain and your fight could ruin your run in case you do too little damage. So, let's see. Headline is about to transition into Red Eyes phase, and whenever that happens, we're going to attack with Cecil. There is going to be one point after like 6 hits with Cecil where Antlion is going back to White Eyes, and we have to re-darkness with Cecil. That's when Edward uses Potion on Cecil, because Cecil is going to be so low on HP. We do need to heal Cecil that we don't die. So let's check it out. Attack. 24 bad damage roll. 60, somewhat good. 40, eh. 30, eh. 280, oh wow, 288, very good damage roll. 288 again, damn, that was a very good damage roll. Okay, see that? We potion and then we redo darkness. Okay, with those 288, we might be able to get the quick kill. So the quick kill, what the quick kill needs is that during Antlion, for the normal mode, we actually go through the Red Eyes phase and go back to the White Eye phase. And in normal mode, if we have done enough damage, we can attack once during White Eyes phase and eat and counter from Antlion, and then attack again and then kill Antlion. So let's see if we can get the quick kill. 82, that's a very good damage roll. Please don't attack Cecil. Okay. Should live. Hell yeah, very good, very good. He survived. If you actually get very good RNG, you can get an even faster quick kill. And your first hit is gonna kill already. And that's the end line for you. Okay. Inventory, emergency exit. Take the hovercraft, and let's go back to Kaipo. Don't want to change the battle speed because there's going to be another battle while we give the Sand Pearl to to Rosa. And since since I, at least, always when I go into the emergency exit menu, I always sort my items. And whenever we do that, when we go into the items here, you just have to press up once and you should be at Sand Pearl, but this time it wasn't the case. Usually, if I sort my items here, you can just press up and you're at Sand Pearl. But there must have been something like an extra drop or something that I usually don't get, which messed up the menu here. Okay, this is the little part with Edward, which we're going to do. This is where he talks with Enna about everything. I'm gonna speak with everything. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now one of the first important parts of the run that is very easily missable. The first important item, the first ability, first augment that you can get, which is item lore augment. You can get this between the two palm trees up here. Remember those two palm trees? Very important that you get this. If you don't get this, your run is basically dead. You go out. Before getting into the hovercraft, you want to change the battle speed to slow, because we are about to go to Mount Hobbs. All the way through here and to Mount Hobbs. Now there's a little iceberg here, which we have problems getting past. So what we do here is just, well, story stuff, and where Rydia learns fire. Just wait for Rydia to learn fire, and we continue. That fight. Okay, so on this staircase, at a very specific point, you will get into a cutscene and you can't do anything anymore. So you have to remember on which point on this staircase you have to change your battle speed, because you're going in after that cutscene. You're going into battle right away, and I don't really have a visual cue. I just basically get used to it where I have to change it. I would say about here is where I usually change my battle speed back to fast, and see that I can get everything going. Okay, so we have to go back to battle speed, or should I say game speed 1.
What's this? Clad like that? That's a monk of Fabul.
Now, with Young, you want to immediately pick, and since here he's in the front row because of how we positioned Rydia earlier, he will be able to one-shot all of those guys in one go. Okay. So, for the next part. This is something I forgot to do for a long time. But what you want to do here is you want to focus once with Young and then attack. That should do a lot of damage, so you can trigger a Mother Bomb explosion phase really early. You want to defend with everyone else, Darkness with Cecil, focus once with Young, then attack, and then everything else. I hope that didn't trigger already. Okay. If anything triggers then this, yes, this is probably gonna trigger a Mother Bomb. Yes, it is. Okay. Double focus should be enough. Double focus should be enough. I used to do triple focus, but when Mother Bomb explodes, she explodes into a couple of smaller bombs. And if you have at least 2 focus, then you should be able to kill them in one go, but nothing's guaranteed. Back to Pain. You want to have the first one kick, and then kick the rest of the bombs. And you should be winning. Perfect. That's Mother Bomb. Okay. Okay. I'll let you hear for 1 second. I gotta go BRB, gotta make something. Be right back. Okay. So, I'm gonna go applying the fast speed again. Because there's a lot of walking again, so we'll go to settings and back battle speed slow. And go through these areas. Then we're going to Fabul Castle. And in Fabul Castle, we go to the right here upstairs to the weapon shop and change our battle speed once again. Actually, after the menu. We'll buy 2 Flame Claws, 2 Ice Claws, and 1 Lightning Claw. Or Lightning Claws. Then we go into Equipment, Rosa, unequip her Ruby Ring, press R1 or right bumper, go to Cecil, unequip everything except Shadow Blade, R1 once again, unequip Ruby Ring, R1 once more, and press triangle. And after we did that, we go down a couple to settings and go back to battle speed fast. And with that, we're almost ready for we're already ready for bullfights. So bullfights here are quite simple in this version. Young is doing a lot of damage with his kick attack, so he's doing most of the damage by himself. And Cecil's kind of like a support damage dealer in case he doesn't do enough damage. And we hope that Cecil gets killed by the guards, because there's a high chance that it's not going to happen. And as you saw, Captain did not die, and so that we can get the fast finisher, we will use Cecil to finish him alone. So, what do we want from this fight? We want Cecil to be either dead by the end of this, or to be under 200 HP. The reason as to why I want him to be under 200 HP is because at the very end of the bullfight, we'll encounter Young. Kane, not Young. Yeah. Mixing up those names, right? Mixing up those names. So, when we encounter Kane, Kane is gonna attack us, and we have to deal with him in some way, right? We gotta deal with him in some way. And, like, Cecil is talking to Kane, and, like, Kane is using jump to attack Cecil, and Cecil can't do anything. He's just paralyzed to do anything. And if we're not under 200 HP, then there's a high chance that Cecil can survive Kane's attack. And if that happens, we will lose like 40 seconds, because there's like a long monologue happening between the two. Well, brace, kick. We wanna do the attack with Cecil after kick was fully charged, in case this happens. Because if you do over 320 damage, you should always kill the captain with Young's attack. However, if you do less than that, you obviously don't kill and need some extra damage to get rid of him. So this guy right here cannot be dealt with kicks. What you gotta do here is with Young attack. That's why we equipped those claws for him specifically. You gotta make sure that this guy is not using Tornado on Young, or rather, if he does, then you have to hope that it misses, because Tornado on Young is like the worst thing that could happen. Because Tornado puts your HP down to like 4 or 5, which is really bad. Okay, we have one more chance. This is... okay, we have 243 HP left. we have only one more fight before we can fight Kane, or before we encounter Kane, which is not too good. Now let me lower the volume a bit more. The game is pretty loud. It's been pretty loud so far. Okay, so... You know what? Out of safety, I will attack myself. Yeah, oh boy, that already killed. Oops. That's whatever. You want Cecil to be either, like, very close to death, just 200 HP away. Like, less than 200 HP is already good enough. But more than that would be nice. I'm gonna speed it up here again, because this here doesn't require, like, precise inputs. As you can see, Cecil with 1 HP, he gets owned by Kane by getting dealt 214 damage.
Kane.
And that's Fabul fights. Now, there's a little bit of story stuff happening. They're talking about stuff. And once we get out of the crystal room, we go down left here, get Hermes sandals. We go all the way to the right here, grab the first chest, which is a spider silk, and the last chest, which is an ether. Then make ourselves to go downstairs twice, then left once, and we will go to inn. And we're suddenly at the king's place. And here we will get this Bacchus one right here, which is something that we will use on the last boss. And we will make ourselves... We will go out of... And here we go to the settings and back to battle speed slow, because we're about to do a lot of walking again, and we do not want to fight any random encounters, which is the theme of this category. We are not fighting a single random encounter in this speedrun. We only fight mandatory or scripted fights. And that's it. Perfect. Okay. Now, we go to Visidia, which is this little town right here, and we'll just walk forward and talk to this elder. This will take a while. This takes like half a minute to like get through all the text. After Palamporum joins our party, we will have to do some menu stuff. Okay, we'll go to the armor first and talk to the armor. Welcome. For this, I want to change my battle speed. I want to change my speed multiplication down to 1. I want to sell stuff, and we're gonna start with Deathbringer, Dark Shield, Dark Helm, Hades Armor, Dark Gloves, Dark Armor, and Dark Sword. So everything that has Dark or Hades in its name is something you can sell. Flame Claws is not something you can sell, we need that. Iron Shield also is something you cannot sell. Ruby Ring also, don't sell. Don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. Don't sell anything of those items right here. Anything of those, you need them. Okay, after that you want to go back to buy, just press square or X. And then you want to buy 1 Lustrous Shield. Now, the next shop here is something we could postpone, or we can do it early. Now, if you want to do world record strats, I would highly recommend doing that shop later. However, if you're starting out new, I would highly recommend doing this first. It's a small shop which you can check out in any world record VOD if you want to learn the world record strats. You can take inspiration from the world record VODs to do the shopping later. But for this tutorial to like get you into the run a bit, I will show it to you here. You want to go to the shop here. You want to buy 15 high potions and 5 Phoenix Downs. Does Cecil get EXP next boss fight? He does, but he gets returned back to level 1. Since he's becoming Paladin, his level gets reset to level 1. So, the next boss fights don't matter. Only boss fights for him getting EXP that matters are basically everything plus Antline. Every fight plus Antline. Like, up until Antline, every single fight. Oops. We're already here, going up to Mount Ordeals, and basically escape from every single encounter. Better for him to be dead next fight. Not necessarily. You don't want to kill him, but you don't want him alive either. So basically, when he's dead, just don't revive him. Not the twins, actually Tella. If anyone should absorb the EXP, then it's Tella. The twins are gone after a few fights anyway. And they're only useful for twin cast, so... And now, we will find Tella again. As I said, this game has a bunch of downtime, so there's not a lot to talk about. Just make sure you know where to go. I have made a couple maps, which I shared on my Discord, and it should also be on speedrun.com /SRC. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I have put quite a bunch of hours into this category, so if you're interested, hit me up. Okay, we're about to get into the Scarmillion fight, the first one at that. So what we want to do is we want to stand right before this bridge where the first Scarmillion fight is happening. Now let's go into the menu. I didn't see, or I didn't pay attention if anyone got damaged, so we'll check. Oh yeah, Palom actually got some damage, so we want to heal him with a potion. It's important that both Palom and Purim have full health, and that their MP is also full, which is the case here. You can also heal Tella here. It's not mandatory. Well, actually it is. Because if I don't heal Tella here, he's going to die in the next fight. So yeah, if you see Tella having very little HP, make sure he's healed as well. Okay, so with everyone being healed... Oh, actually, we have to do something, which is we have to go to the key items, which you can go to by pressing X or square on a PlayStation controller. Then you have 3 arguments right here, one being auto potion, one being item lore, one being counter. Now, if you forgot to pick up item lore, there is a backup strat to that, but you can only do that backup after you become Paladin. After you become Paladin, you can walk back down a Mount of Ordeals, and on the way back down, you can find an argument called Curse. It loses you like 3 to 4 minutes, but it's still better than having to reset to run because you forgot item lore. So in a marathon setting, if you forget item lore, just get curse instead. Okay, so if you have those 3 augments, you want to give all 3 of those to your twins. You want to give 2 of them to either Palom or Porum, and the 3rd one to also either Palom or Porum. So I will give Auto Potion and Item Lore to Palom, and Counter I will give to Porum. Now you wonder, what are these good for? Now, the only thing they're good for is actually giving us even better augments once they are gone. Because Auto Potion, Item Lore, and Counter in this run are kinda useless to us. So what we do is we feed 2 of them to Palom and 1 of them to Porum, and this will give us a twin cast for 2 characters, Fry, Bluff, and Dual Cast, which is an insane trade-off for augments that we never need. Because twin cast, Bluff, Fry, and Dual Cast is stuff we do need throughout the run many times. Okay, so that's a fair trade-off. After having given Palom and Porum these items, 2 and 1 or 2 and 1, what you want to do next is change settings to battle speed fast, and then go into the Scarmillion fight. Okay, so this fight right here, for this fight to go perfectly, you need very good ATB on Cecil. Your ATB on Cecil has to be really good so that the fight goes according to plan. So how does this fight go out? So at the very start, when you get a hold of your characters, what I usually do is I use to pause buffer here so I can get my inputs as fast as possible in. As you can see, Cecil's sort of the first one to get his move in. And I'm able to attack with him. So, since we're currently in ATB wait, and we're waiting right now, none of the time is passing. So, what I want to do is, you want to attack with Cecil, not a Skullnant, but Scarmillion ASAP. Because if that happens, we can postpone ATB for Scarmillion to advance for telling his Skullnant to say, feed my precious children or something. Okay, we do that, and once that happens, we wait, because we're currently in an animation, and we go twin cast on both the twins. Now, both the twins have twin casts started, right? Now, when they're 50% charged with twin cast, in current world record route, you would use Cura a little bit earlier than halfway through with Atella on Scarmillion. But with the route that I'm using right now here, we use High Potion on Scarmillion because we did the shop earlier. You can do the shop later, but as I said, if you want to start out learning this category, I would highly recommend buying the items, the Phoenix Downs and the High Potions here, rather than later. Because it only saves like 10 to 20 seconds, and if you start out, it's way better having those High Potions and extra Phoenix Downs than having those extra 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, so yeah, you wanna go to items. Where is it? High Potion. Go to the enemy, Scarmillion, and everything should be okay. I hope everything is okay. If everything works according to plan, we should be getting Comet. Perfect. This is exactly how the fight should pan out, because now everyone is dead. Scarmillion and the 4 Skullnants. This is a very, very good strat. But if you have very bad RNG in terms of ATB, and Cecil has terrible ATB, then you can lose like up to 40 seconds on this fight. Worst case scenario can even outright die, but that happens less, luckily. Now, the second Skarmoleon fight is way easier than I ever thought when I started learning this run. So, Skarmoleon has now a chance to kill a character 1 in 4. There's a 1 in 4 chance that Skarmoleon kills the character that we need to have alive at the end of this. The character which I'm talking about is Tella, and I really hope Skarmoleon is not killing Tella right now, because Tella does need the XP to do the extra damage on upcoming bosses. But as I know my luck, Tella is probably gonna die right now. Of course. With whatever character you're doing your next move, you'll use Phoenix Down. However, if Tella would not have been killed, but it was Cecil, Palom, or Porum, you would just ignore the death of that character, and you would just use Elixir on Skarmoleon immediately. However, because it's Tella, and Tella needs to be alive for the extra EXP, you want to res him ASAP. Then we go to the next one, item, Elixir, and on Skarmoleon. With the Elixir, we basically one-shot Skarmoleon into hell. And that's Skarmoleon. Okay. Now the entire Paladin thing is happening, which is also like a small break. So all we gotta do here is nothing.
Your virtue is...
Okay. And we've become Paladin. That was fast. Okay. Doing all the character development and everything here. Okay, so what we do here now is we use Tella and cast Mini on our party? Yes. You want to actually cast Mini on your party, and you will see why soon. And after you cast Mini on your party, you want to teleport. And now we want to pray that we don't get in a random encounter when going to this Chocobo Forest, which we didn't, so our prayers were heard. And now we walk back to Mysidia, because that's where we have to go story-wise. And we talk to the Elder again. As you might remember, I'm still in battle speed fast. I never changed my battle speed. Now, that's why I said we don't want to get an encounter there. Because with battle speed still on fast, we really don't want to get an encounter on overworld, because that usually would just mean we would get attacked over and over again, which is a pain. Because not changing the battle speed there saves like 5 to 6 seconds. And the chance of getting an encounter there is relatively small. Take the Devil's Path and teleport back to Baron. Not Castle, but the Baron, like, little village. We go down here to the inn, and we will reunite with our friend Yang. But as you notice something, those guards are attacking us. Why is that? We don't know. They just think we're suspicious and we're imposters. So what we do now is we use Tella and use Black Magic, Braga on both of them, and win. And as you saw, we get healed when taking damage. Why is that? So, for some reason, if you get minied in the Steam version of FF4, if you cast mini yourself an FF4 on Steam, then for some reason you get reversal. It's insanely OP, and it's a glitch that's exclusive to the Steam version of Final Fantasy IV 3D Remake. We don't know if it's a thing in the Pixel Remaster because of as of recording of this video, the Pixel Remaster has yet to be released. Okay. Go here, and then we have to go to this item shop right here, to Sandry's, and buy 2 blue fangs. This is the reason why you can also do the high potion and the Phoenix Down stuff later, because you could buy it there. We want to go up here to the armory, open it with the Baron key, go to this shop right here, and buy headband 3 times. Nice, 777. After we do that, we want to go to the sewers and open it as well with the Baron key. Before we go downstairs, we want to do a menu. We want to equip Yang. We want to give him 2 ice claws. We want to give him a headband. Go back to Cecil. Give him Lustrous Shield. Give him also a headband. We want to go to party formation. Change Yang with Tella's party formation. So Yang's front row. And settings, we want to go to battle speed slow. So we're about to go through a dungeon. There we go. Just go through the entire dungeon without die, and we should be good to go. Which is harder than it looks, I guess. Especially Telos taking quite the beating here. We're going to ignore this chest down here on this platform. It's a Hermes Sandals. In case you accidentally sold your Hermes Sandals earlier, you can get that one in case you sold your one earlier, or you want to use a backup Hermes Sandals for a certain fight. In this zone, you want to go to this secret area here, complete the map to get 3 remedies and get this ether. Those 3 remedies are proven to be very useful, because they are needed on various boss fights. So yeah, getting those 3 remedies is always something you want to get. Okay, we're now back to Baron Castle, at the back here, and we're running forward. Are about to fight our next boss. Okay, so let's change our speed again. Okay, so now with Tella in our party, we want to do double mini again on our party. And we want to do battle speed fast. Now, there is a lot of text skipping happening right here. So, next fight is Bygone. So, what we do in this fight is we cry and bluff with both Palom and Porum. We focus once with Yang. Actually, I don't even think we need to focus once with Yang. We Blizzaga once with Tella, and then we do a twin cast, both Palom and Porum. Okay. Wanna do Bluff ASAP, we wanna do Fry ASAP, we wanna do Blizzaga ASAP, Bygone, and I think don't have to do focus. I think we might do enough damage with this. Okay. If my calculations are correct, we should be able to kill Bygone this way. Now, let's hope that the Constrict does not hit either Palom or Porum, because if that's the case, then we most likely have the run dead. Because if Constrict hits either of them, that means Twin Cast will not go through. Oh, and the worst out of the worst happened. Okay, to remedy this, we actually will use Remedy here, and hope that this will save us. It's gonna cost us a ton of time, though, because we already were in a Twin Cast, but then the Twin Cast itself ripped. So now we just have to hope that the second Twin Cast is not getting interrupted again with a Constrict. Comet, and it should kill. Perfect. That Constrict is a fear that can happen quite easily, and it happens quite often, so be aware. Okay, next time I'm using Mini, I'm using it only once, because, our good friend, Young is already minied, and it would be bad if he'd be minied again. And Palom and Porum don't need to be large at all, so that's okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna Ether. Okay, they're both on a good page right now because they both have little MP, so they should be on a similar pages with when it comes to the MP story and stuff. So what we're gonna do now is we heal Tela twice with an Ether. I know, the second one kinda hurts, but we want 90 MP on him. Usually we would also use a Ether on Porum if the MP difference would be larger, if her MP is at like 20 and Palom's is like at 100. If that were the case, then we would heal Porum's MP, but since the MP difference is not that large, we will not change anything. Okay, so next fight is Anyatso, which is also one of the worst fights in the run, in my opinion. For a lot of RNG reason, if I'm allowed to say that. The very RNG heavy boss fights, he can do a lot of bad, and can lose us a lot of time if he wants to. So, how do we fight this boss? So, you wanna use Spider Silk with Cecil ASAP, you wanna bluff and cry with Palom and Porum, and you wanna reflect Yang with Tela ASAP. Spider Silk, Cry, Bluff, and White Magic, Reflect on Yang. Now, once Reflect hits, we can use Hermes Sandals with Yang, because if we use it before Reflect, if we use it before Tela gets Reflect on Yang, there's a high chance that Kanyatso casts slow beforehand, and that our entire Hermes Sandals just gets quote-unquote slowed away. Which is, well, it's not something we want, so we wait until Reflect lands so we can use Hermes Sandals on ourselves. And the strat now is basically Twin Cast, Triple Focus, Twin Cast, Triple Focus, Black Magic, Blizzaga, and just try to get rid of him ASAP. Okay, Blizzaga number 1 already hits, which is good. Nice miss. Okay. Comet hits as well. As soon as the Twin Cast lands, we're going to kill Palom and Porum off. because they're just an EXP stealing machine. They just steal from our EXP that we need instead of them needing it. I really hope I'm not killing with this attack. I really hope I don't. Okay. 1300 plus 1400 plus 2 point something plus 0.2 something. 3.2 plus 1.3 plus 2.4. 2.7. 2.4. Yeah, I'm like another... Oh, wow. Okay, now I have to wait until he casts Tsunami. As you can see, Pal and Porum are dead at the end of the fight, which is very important. We cast Blizzaga twice with Tela, that's why we used Ether twice. And now we attack once more, and Kanyatsu should perish. And that's Kanyatsu for you. Cecil is kinda useless for this fight, so just make him use Power, Spider Silk, and whenever someone is slept or silenced, we use Remedy with him. Yang is our main damage dealer, using triple focus and then just attacking Kanyatsu that way. Okay. Now there's a lot more story going on right now. We'll speed it up again. Do you remember what I talked about earlier with the augments for the twins, which we gave them? We're about to collect them. So after we defeat Kanyatsu and after this cutscene, we fly back to Mysidia. And we go all the way to the top of the Hall of Prayer. Or it's our prayer dice. Then we get Cry, Bluff, Twin Cast, and Dual Cast. What we do now is we go to the important menu, Cry, Crown, Cecil. Want to give Dual Cast to Della. Now, we go to Abilities. Wait, actually no. We go to Equipment for Sid and then go to Iron Shield. Then we change the battle speed back to slow. Then we go back. We don't do the ability menu until later. So now, let us move forward to Troya, is the next story point in the run. In Troya, you want to go one up and then one left. Wizard Edward got rescued. Getting hospitalized right here. And now after talking to Edward, we can go back out and we can move on to our next location where we can fight our next boss. We walk to the north, go to the Chocobo Forest, take this Chocobo to fly over the sea and land right in front of the cave. This is the Lodenstone Cave, or as I like to call it, the Game Over Cave. Because I call it the Game Over Cave because getting a game over here is faster than actually fleeing from the random encounter. It's quite funny that this is a thing, but yeah, it is actually faster than running from the fight. Shoutouts for Quaspalm for figuring this out. Okay, once we're past here... Oops. This is the last encounter before Dark Elf. Now we immediately go into Dark Elf to get instant KO'd from the get-go. Because you don't want to fight, quote-unquote don't want to fight Dark Elf the first time, you just want to get the Paralyzed KO. And that's basically the entire reason why you want Iron Shield. You want the instant KO. It's the most important part. Okay, so put the battle speed back to fast. I'm about to do. But first, before we do that, we go to equipment. We go to Tella. Go to Iron Armlet, equip Ruby Ring. Press L1 or L bumper. Go to Young and also equip Ruby Ring. Then instead of Ice Claws, equip Flame Claws. Then you want to go out of the menu and start the ability. Go to Cecil. Go to the empty one right here. Use Cry. L1 twice. Then press down twice. Then dual cast on top. Go to Settings and Battle Speed Fast. That's the entire preparation for this fight. There is a new strat for this fight, which even I don't use yet, because I think it's a little too scary and it's not thoroughly researched as of right now. I have to put in some more thought and practice into that new strat. It is faster by a couple seconds, but I would say it's less safe. It's way easier to die. And it saves like 10 to 20 seconds max, and that's only if you get good RNG. If you get bad RNG, then your run might even dead. I mean, which is also the case in this strat, but it's way more likely that you can die in the new strat that we figured out than in this. But yeah, I'm showing you now the current strat instead of the new strat, because the new strat is even something I can't completely stand behind yet, so I will show you the current strat. So we want to start Dark Elf, and at the very start of Dark Elf, what you want to do, you want to immediately start focusing with Young, use Cry with Cecil, and when dual cast, double Silence on Dark Elf. Double Silence because the accuracy of hitting Silence on Dark Elf is only at 63%, which is incredibly low. So there's a very high chance for Silence to miss. And it hit first try, which is really good. Thing is, we want Silence to hit the first 2 times we Silence. However, since there is a 37% chance that it does miss, we cast it twice. And if it misses during those 2 times, then your run might be dead, or you should just reset, like you should just quit out of the game, reload the game, and try to fight again. Because recovering from missing Silence twice would probably cost you more than just retrying the fight, honestly. Okay, we got the double Silence in. What now? As you saw, we focused once with Young. So now we attack once with Cecil, so we can prevent damage rules, and then attack once with Young, once he has all his stuff together, once he has one focus, and after that one focus and attack, we want to focus again, but this time we want to focus 3 times. We want to triple focus before we go into next part of the Dark Elf fight. So, what just happened now is a move called Hex. The move called Hex can transform anybody into a pig. However, the people that can't be transformed into a pig is only Cecil. The reason why only Cecil can be transformed into a pig is because he does not have Ruby Ring equipped. Because Ruby Ring prevents you from being turned into a pig. So Cecil is the only one susceptible to that. So in case Cecil gets hit, we actually have to use Remedy on him. Why is it important that Cecil gets remedied when he's a pig? Because we have to use Cry with Cecil for the second part of Dark Elf again, because Dark Elf is gonna transform into a new enemy, which yet again needs to have its defense lowered, and that only works if you Cry, of course. But since Tella got hit with Hex, and since it doesn't do anything, basically just got a turn free. Okay, so now we want to do Faraga and Osmos. And as you saw earlier, I single casted a Faraga after I hit the double silence. That's because I don't have to do more damage than that to get in, or have to cast more Faragas than that to get into the next phase of Dark Elf. You also don't want to use too many double moves, because if I would have done Faraga twice there, then I would have probably triggered early. And the problem with that is, Young is not completely done with focusing, first and foremost, and also Tella does not have full MP. And that's another big deal. Tella needs at the very least 60 MP for the next phase, even though 90 is perfect, because we do have to teleport out of the Lodenstone Cave after the fight. So yeah, we do Faraga and Osmos at the end so we can trigger into the last phase of Dark Elf, or should I say Dark Dragon, with full MP. Okay, since I do think that this is going to push into the next phase, I'm gonna have my cursor prepped on Cry. The battle text appears we're in the next phase, which happened. We're now gonna do double Faraga. We got the attack in. I forgot to do something very important. Okay, I forgot to do something very important. What you should do during the first phase of Dark Elf is you have to use cover with Cecil on Tella. I forgot to do that. If Dark Dragon would have decided to hit Tella, the fight would be over and the run would be dead. So it's very important to not forget to use cover with Cecil on Tella on the first phase of Dark Elf. It happens way too fast that you forget it, and if you forget it, and Dark Dragon decides to attack Tella and you forgot it, then your run is basically dead. So remember, cover Tella in the first phase of Dark Elf. Because if Dark Dragon attacks Tella, your run's gone. And now this should kill. Perfect. Okay. Take the crystal. And we'll walk out of the room. And now here, we actually don't want to do magic first. We actually want to go to settings first. Then we go to magic, Cecil, Cura, and Cura everyone. We don't want to revive Sid. We just want to Cura everyone so we're back on full HP on every single one except Sid. Then we change to Tella. And we teleport out of the dungeon. Take the black chocobo, so we're back to the chocobo forest here. And now we talk to the white chocobo, giving us MP back, and we talk to the yellow chocobos so we can ride back to the Troya castle. Now, we want to talk to Edward again, because Edward has something for us. A very, very important ability that we need for the final boss. Bard Song. Once we get Bard Song, we continue the story, go one up here, walk into the center, and there's a cutscene that plays out. Walk down, and then we go to the right here, take a little bit of a side path. Take this staircase down, talk to this woman right here, and we want to go to the chest chambers, and we want to start on chest number 3 and onward. Okay, once you see silver apple, you only want to get the 50k to 5,000. Because once you have the 50,000, the 5,000, don't need to pick up any more big guild chests. There is a small guild source that I can get a bit later on, but I will talk about it once we get there. Okay. Go into the airship and we will continue the story. And move to the next place in the story. Tower of Zod. Now there's a lot of walking here. I'm not gonna commentate that. I'll just show you where to go here with the maps, the overlay map on. And you can just follow that to get through the dungeon. Alright, we're already in the last area. This is right before Maga Sisters. I used this black tile on the left of Cecil as a place where I set up my characters. Or should I say, where I do my battle speed fast menu right before I go into the fight. So, I should be full HP, right? Yeah, I'm full HP on every single character. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the Maga Sisters fight. So how this fight works is they use a lot of reflect strategies. Sandy, Cindy, and Mindy. Sandy, the left sister, Cindy, the middle one, and Mindy, the middle one. So what I want to do here is you want to try immediately with Cecil. You want to focus with him. We'll cast Silence on the left sister, so she will not cast Reflect anymore, because her Reflect casting is terribly annoying, and we really don't want that. Yang uses Focus 3 times to attack Mindy, because Mindy has way more HP than than the other two. She has 9k HP, while the others have 5k. So what we do is we attack Mindy once, fully focused with Yang, deal the max amount of damage, and kill Mindy a bit faster. Let's hope that does not hit Tella. Okay, that didn't hit Tella, which is really good. Okay, so now with what we do next with Tella is we go dual cast, and we dispel Cindy. Because we dispel Cindy now. Since we dispelled Cindy now, all the Thundara, Blizzara, and all those attacks will get through. And Sandy, who's trying to cast Reflect on Cindy, can't get a Reflect off because she's silenced. She can't use Reflect. And now in this situation, what we can do is we can just Firaga and Osmos. Now, I did cover Tella with Cecil instead of Young. Reason is Cindy can still attack our party. Tella would, I think, die in one hit. Young would too, but because Young is in crit HP, Cecil will automatically defend him or cover him. I don't know why. It looks like it's a special thing that the Paladin does. But the Paladin does cover characters in crit, which is already really good. Okay, let's attack her. Dual cast, Firaga, double Firaga, and we should be almost good to go. Okay, we have 30 MP left on Tella to do anything. So what we do now is we just single Firaga and finish it off. Now, from how I know my damage rolls, this should kill all three at the same time. Okay. Got damage rolled, we weren't able to kill all three at the same time. This happens if we get damage rolled. However, optimally, all three of them should die at the same time. As you can see, couple damage rolls can already lose you 20 seconds or more. And that's Maga Sisters. Okay, we go through this door, and once we're through this door, we'll go into the inventory, and we will actually ether Cecil and Tella. Now, you might be wondering why Tella. Tella's about to die. You're right. However, we're gonna use Mini once and Toad once on our party. Now you might be wondering, whoa, Toad? Why Toad? You will see soon. You will see soon. Hey, 7. And 3, I guess. Young. I think Young can. Yeah, Young can survive this. We're good. We're good. Battle speed fast and everything. We're good to go. Okay, so we minied ourselves once and used Toad on ourselves once. Mini is once again to get reversed, and Toad is for something a little bit different. And we will see during the next fights. This is a small bathroom break. It's like 1.5 minutes long. I would highly recommend using this time to get a bathroom break. Okay, we're back. Back to full force. Okay, now we get denied by Golbez. Tala died, and... or supposedly died, and we collect Recall and Last Stand argument. Those are two arguments which I will give Sid right now. You will see the next menu that I will do. We will give those to Sid right then and there. If we wouldn't have given Tala Dualcast, Tala would have only given us all. Last Stand would not have been in there. But since we've given Tala one ability, also gave us Last Stand return. Okay, so now with the abilities that we picked up, we have Twin Cast twice, Last Stand and Recall. Twin Cast we will use once on Cecil and once on Rosa. The Recall and Last Stand both will be something that Sid is going to do. That's also for something that we will get later on in the run. Now, there is nothing equipment stuff we gotta change, but ability. In fact, we gotta start with Cecil. We gotta change his auto battle command to items and change that to Finn. Then we go to cover and change this to Twin Cast. Move over to Kane, change this to defend. Move over to Young, change this to Blue Fang. Go over to her, change this to Twin Cast. Now, the next change that I'm going to do on Rosa is something you can do later or earlier. Now, if you do it earlier, it saves you from doing it later on. However, if you do this, if you do this change now, then there's a high chance that you will lose a bunch of time on Dancing Puppets or Call Cabrina. So you have to get good RNG to not lose time there. And since I'm taking into account to get good RNG from my runs from now on, I will change it already. I'm changing my auto battle command to White Magic Slow, because I need that later on in the run. That's the entire reason why I gotta do that. And check the HP and MP. MP and HP are good on Rosa and Cecil because of Twin Cast. That's very important. So, and now we can fight Barbarizia. So Barbarizia is quite a simple fight. You just gotta know how. So Barbarizia, what we're gonna do is slow her with Rosa and cry with Cecil. In the meantime, we triple focus with Young, and once Barbarizia is in her like little storm up there, Kane's gonna jump, and Cecil and Rosa are going to Twin Cast. Okay, that's bad. I wanted to cry first, but I forgot. Okay, Sid is alive, but we want Sid dead, that's why we use a potion here. I accidentally did Twin Cast early, even though I wanted to use Cry, so we actually have to wait now till Cecil stops. Okay, there we go. Good thing it missed. Okay, now we can cast Twin Cast. Really hope she's not attacking right before I get my Twin Cast off. Okay, there we go. She did attack, but we saved it. Now, we have a 17% chance that Young's gonna miss, and we hope he doesn't. I did not know this can cause silence. And that's for Maurizio. Actually, Young's attack should have killed, but because of damage roll, we didn't, so I just did one more attack with Cecil and we were good. Okay, wait for this cutscene. And now we will go to the underworld. Gotta get out of Baron Castle. And all we gotta do now is fly south. Go to this well, oops, and throw in the magma stone. Okay, cutscene skip here. And then we will take the airship and fly down. Okay, we will fall down, and as you also saw, we didn't change the battle speed. Hope we don't get any random encounter. Okay, we didn't, that's good. Now we walk up to the king of the Dwarven Castle, and there will be our next boss fights. Yeah, and that's what I mean with a bad RNG. Because Rosa got her attack off before Young was able to get his Blue Fang off. Which is kind of annoying. But at least the auto battle is set for one of the fights later on in the run. Now, Golbez... So yeah, Hulk Arena is basically auto battle and win. That's how the fight works. You could say you want to do it manually, but tough luck. I tried to do this manually, and manually there's like a 99% chance that it's not going to work. There's like the 1% chance where it does work when the enemy has bad ATB, but usually, almost always, the enemy is outspeeding you and it will form into a greater boss form and will absolutely decimate you, and Blue Fang will not do enough damage to kill it. Okay, so Bulbous. How do we fight this guy? We actually also pause buffer here for a sec. We check which character gets the first turn. In this case, it's Cecil. Twin cast with him immediately. Change to Rosa. Twin cast with her. And wait up until it's like 50% charged. Then, while the ATB is going up for Twin cast, take the cursor and go down to jump, but we don't jump yet. Wait until Twin cast is like 50% done. And then we jump. Like now. This guarantees us that Twin cast will go off before Kane goes down, or comes down again. And with this strat that we're doing right here, using Twin cast before Binding Cold, we should be able to do enough damage that once Rydia joins the party, that we can only summon a Chocobo and Golbez should already be dead. But it comes down to damage rolls, so we have to check how much damage we deal right now. .3 is relatively low, so we gotta get really good RNG and really good damage from Pain and from Rydia's Dragon now actually kill. Just FYI, Bulbous has 9,999 HP exactly. So 5.3 is a little bit over half, but Dragon is not gonna do 3,000. It's not gonna do more than 4k damage. 696. That should be enough to trigger at least the 6k damage mark. So it's like 3.9k or 4k. It's probably around exactly 4,000 HP left. Now, all we gotta do is wait and hope that Rydia's Dragon does enough damage. If Rydia's Dragon does 3.5k damage, then Chocobo will not deal enough damage to kill. Or should I say, one Chocobo does not deal enough damage to kill. However, if it does like 3.8k, then it does deal enough damage to kill. Now let's check the damage on Golbez. It's 3.4k, so it's absolutely terrible. Now, there are two ways we can finish this fight now. One being using summoning Chocobo more than once to deal the damage, or we use the Libra strat and cast Libra with Cecil, since Cecil has the white magic Libra. And when Cecil does that, we will see what weakness Golbez has. And with the weakness that Golbez has, we will then summon with Rydia accordingly. I think I will do that just now. Okay, reminder. If Rydia does enough damage that you're like close to 9,999, like if your damage is like at 9,700 or something, with Kane's jump, with Rydia's Dragon and the Ultima combined, if you're at like 9,800 damage, definitely summon Chocobo, because Chocobo does like 300 damage. But if Chocobo is not enough, and you know that 300 damage is not going to kill Golbez, use Libra with Cecil, and then check out the weakness that Golbez has, and then summon with Rydia accordingly. If fire damage, use Ifrit. If ice double damage, then use Shiva, etc., etc. Yeah, I will check how many Chocobo summons I need. $374. As you can see, that did not do the trick. A second one should do it though. And it did. But as I said, you have Libra, you could use Libra, it only costs 1 MP to do. And then summon accordingly, in case you deal not enough damage. And that's Golbez. Okay, now we will buy a bunch of items once we're done talking with the king. Go to this guy. We buy around 30 high potions. Buy around 15 15 Phoenix Downs and around 15 remedies. Now, if you feel like you don't have enough money, go to this corner right here and pick those 5k gil up. Now we walk all the way to the right of the castle. All the way to the right, and go to the top of the tower. Get that chest. Go up here, and take this chest, which is a power armlet, and this chest, which is an elixir. Both very good items, which we both need, or very good pieces of things that we need in the run. Now we go back to this guy, secret passage, and moving on. Now we go to this healing pot right here. Now we go to inventory, and go to key items, go to bluff, give that to Rydia. Bard Song also to Rydia. And draw attacks to Cecil. Okay, we go to abilities. Wait, actually, go to equipment first. Then we go to Yang, unequip Headband and Kenpo-G. Then we go to Kane and unequip everything except the Wind Spear. Go to abilities, go to Cecil, go to White Magic, and then we cover it with draw attacks. Go to settings, battle speed slow. Party doesn't have to be changed. And we're good to go. There's just a bunch of walking gotta do here. Just follow the maps. If you're in the Discord or you're in my Twitch stream, I have maps in case you need maps so you can see where to go. Or on SRC, if you need maps to go through, you can check them out. I have maps made for the run, so you know where to go. Okay. Right before this bridge, you want to change your battle speed back to fast and check your HP. Okay, Cecil does not have full HP. For the strat which we're going to use, we have to have him full HP. So make sure that he's full HP. And make sure that in case Rosa got hit as well, that she's also full HP. And yeah, with that said, without further ado, we will fight our next boss. Which in this case is the well-known Lugai. So, how does, like, this fight is also devised in quote-unquote 2 phases. Phase 1 is this one, which is just called Doctor, and you fight Dr. Lugai with Barnabas. And Barnabas is the main damage dealer on his side. And the second phase is Dr. Lugai as in a mecha form, or whatever that is. I, to this day, can't tell you what it is. Whatever. So the first phase, what we want to do here is you want to instantly cast Twin Cast ASAP. That's the very first thing you gotta do. That's why I'm also kind of like pause buffering here. Even though you don't really need to pause buffer, just need to make sure that you can get the Twin Casts in somewhat fast. Just don't take forever to get them in. It's enough that you just make sure that you're on Cecil and on Rosa, and that you don't do any input mistakes, because otherwise this strat will not work. Now, there's 2 ways to go about it. There's battle text on the top, and Twin Cast is about to load. So you're gonna summon Ramu either once the Twin Casts are halfway through, or after Barnabas attacked Dr. Lugai and the battle texts appear on top again. But only after the battle texts appear again. Because if you do it while the attack happens, the charge time of Twin Cast is lost. Okay, this should kill, but I have had this not kill before, so what I do now is I manually attack with Kane and Young back to back, so in case Barnabas does not die from this Ultima cast, so Young and Kane could do the final blow on Barnabas, just in case Barnabas survives, which is the case. And he missed. Okay, that's bad. Because now Barnabas wants oil, and what happens is he's just gonna self-destruct onto someone. Cecil. Okay, it's whatever. Not too much damage, but it's annoying anyway, because it's extra battle text, it's extra waiting, it's extra time loss. You don't want that. Okay. So, this Lugai phase is well known in the community and very hated in the community. So what does this phase do? The first move right here, Reversal Gas. This is probably one of the RNG heaviest bosses in the entire run. I would put it up there with Octomomoth. However, it's not like quote-unquote dumb to fight. It's more like you just have to pray that you get a certain sequence of moves from Lugai, because if you don't get that certain sequence of moves, your run's dead, or you lose like 5 minutes. So what can happen, or should I say what should happen for the strat to work, is Lugai always opens immediately with Reversal Gas before you can do anything else. And after he opens with Reversal Gas, he uses Restore on your party to deal damage. And in that moment, that's where you use Elixir with your party members on Lugai. However, what also can happen is that Lugai, after casting Reversal Gas, he's casting Reversal Gas again. And when he does double Reversal Gas, he can then do Flamethrower and then kill off your entire party that way. So you just gotta pray that you don't get double Reversal Gas. However, for every single time he can do double Reversal Gas, he can also triple Reversal Gas. If he does triple Reversal Gas, you're back in the position where you want to be. Because if he does triple Reversal Gas and then does Restore at the exact same place at the very start. So if you get double Reversal Gas, check if he does another Reversal Gas right after the Reversal Gas, or if he does Flamethrower. Because if he does the third one, then you're saved. If he doesn't, you're done for. So, first Reversal Gas, let's see what'll happen. And, okay, we got the double Reversal Gas. So, just to show, this is the bad RNG. But now we have to hope that we get the triple. Okay, we got the Flamethrower. I think this is over. We'll see. Yep, this is over. Okay, I'm gonna close the game and do the fights again. Just to show off, this is one of the bad things that can happen during Lugai. It happens fairly quickly, which is really dumb. Okay, so we continue. Okay. Let's do the boss fights again. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again. Double Twin Cast. Okay. Okay. This time we killed Barnabas, at least. Now let's see Lugai. Do we get the double Reversal Cast again? Let's hope not. Okay, we got the Restore. Okay, we're winning. Okay, so with Restore out of our way, the next thing we always want to do, once Restore has happened, we cast Elixir immediately with Cecil. It doesn't have to be Cecil, but it's important that Cecil is not gonna be the second one to cast Elixir. Because the first time Elixir is going to be casted, Lugai will counter with Sleep immediately. And it can turn... If you forget to equip Lustrous Shield, that can turn out really bad. But due to Lustrous Shield, Sleep has no effect on Cecil. However, if you forgot to equip it, it can kill your run. What? Oh yeah, right. I closed the game. Go. Go to settings, battle speed fast. We got everything we need. Blue guy's key, going to here and fight the dwarves. So Young's gonna leave us in a sec. Happens very easily. Go to Rydia, use Dragon, and they're dead. Okay. Change battle speed to slow, and let's go back to the beginning of the tower. Oh boy. Go. Oh, whoops. Yeah, whatever. They're just gonna catch them, and we're moving on with the story. As I said, there's a lot of walking and story-related stuff in this run, so that does not always need commentary. Fly back to Baron, and in Baron we will upgrade our airship so it can actually be like a crane minigame. Okay, now we go to the world map, and you see where the hovercraft is. That's where we have to go. Okay, so we have to pick it up again. And now we will fly to the Eblon cave. Now, take the hovercraft and enter the cave of Eblon. Okay, once we're in Eblon, we will go to this place right here. Buy a couple of things. 1 ice armor, 1 power staff, and 51 shurikens. 51 shurikens because we just have to press right 5 times, and it's enough. It's enough shuriken for the rest of the run. We also have enough money to buy all of them, so why not? Then we take this path right here, take these extra chests right here, which are 2 elixirs, which I need later on. Wow, that for round. Okay. Now this is the Edge versus Rubicon fight. It's also small downtime, like 20 to 30 seconds. So not too much. Okay, and after this we have a couple of things that we have to do. A little menu. Gotta get through the text and we're good to go. So, now, no inventory. With the equipment, want to immediately start on Cecil, give him ice armor. Then we want to move on to Rosa, give her power staff. And on Edge we want to unequip Black Belt G. It's an absolutely amazing equipment, but it makes him almost too fast. What we do now is we go to abilities, change her auto battle command to Bluff, his auto battle command to Try. He will stay on Defend. He will have his auto battle command on Steal. His battle commands will be changed. He will have Emptiness on Throw and change the attack to Throw because we don't need attack with him. And her auto battle command Slow is already where it has. It's already where it has to be. But in her battle command, we have to change attack items to Power Staff. Then we go to Settings, change that, and good to go. Maybe, maybe not. I could do party formation later, but I will do party formation later. And now we go through Obule once more. Da 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 da. Okay, we're now in the last zone. Also here, before the bridge, I'm gonna go battle speed fast. Check your party. He doesn't have full HP and she doesn't. You want to give both of them full HP. Battle speed fast, and you want to go into this. In this fight, you just want to defend with everyone. All you need to do. And if you were to do this on regular speed, you would have to wait for 2.5 minutes for this fight to be over. But since we're speeding this up a bit, it will take a little bit less than that. But yeah, in a run, this would be 2.5 minutes of a break right here for you. Okay.
Such clothes inhuman.
Change the speed again so we can actually do the Rubicon fight. So at the very start of the Rubicon fight, you just want to do auto battle. There was talks about not doing this auto battle, but there are some very tight moves that you gotta do. So it would probably be better if we would skip the auto battle. We're still researching this. We have yet to confirm this idea. Okay. Twin cast and twin cast. Okay, perfect. Didn't have to steal. Almost waited too long. I hope I didn't wait too long. Okay, I need to steal now. I hope I don't die. I hope I didn't steal too late. Okay, perfect. I didn't give her bluff. I noticed my mistake. However, I think it's not too bad. I think that can still change, I think. And we should still do enough damage, I think. Maybe. I might be wrong, but we should still do enough damage with no bluff, I think. Okay. Never mind me then. Okay, yeah. Usually you would also have to give Rydia on attack, you would give her bluff, but I completely forgot to do that. That's why we have to do some extra Shiva casts here, which is pretty dumb. But that's absolutely my mistake. That's absolutely my mistake. But yeah. You would have to use bluff with Rydia, and then do bluff and do Shiva once more, so you don't have to cast Shiva twice. As a matter of fact, so I won't forget it later on, I will change the bluff thing right now, so we will have bluff immediately. And as you can see, I'm still forgetting stuff in this run. Stuff like this can be easily forgotten if you don't, like, pay attention to it. Because I forget stuff like that all the time. Might be wondering, why did we kill Kane? There are multiple reasons to it. First of all, EXP reasons. And second of all, we need to have him in critical HP once we're done with Rubicon, because one of our strats which we are about to use is adrenaline strats. Because our boy Kane does a ton of damage if he has adrenaline and he's in crit HP. And get him in crit HP fast, we just kill him during the Rubicon fight and revive him afterwards. Fly to the Dwarven Castle to improve our ship just a tiny bit. First, we gotta talk to the king. Oops, wrong way. Go to this little infirmary and we talk to Sid. Okay, we got 3 augments. That means you've done everything correctly. Now we go back to our airship and we will fly to Tomra, which is southwest of where we are right now. In Tomra we go to the weapon shop and buy 2 ogre killers. Just enough. Just enough money to buy 2 ogre killers. Now we enter the sealed cave. Lucas' name. Place where we fight Demon Wall and a lot of fake doors as well. Okay, so Sealed Cave is also a place where we have to walk a lot. So I will only talk when we're doing some menus again, which is right here for this little door right here where we have to do a little menu. Don't have to heal anyone, but we have to revive Kane for one of our strats. Then we have to go to abilities and give Kane adrenaline. Oh right, we haven't given it to him yet. Give him adrenaline. That's the number 1 thing we gotta do. Adrenaline, Kane. Oops, give him adrenaline. Abilities, she has Power Staff, she has Bluff, important. And yeah, I think we're good to go. we actually have to change Kane into front row so he'll do more damage. And battle speed is on fast. So, in other words, good to go. Got something really quick, and good to go. So for this monster, I usually just like to attack. Oops, I didn't want to swap rows. That was an accident. I didn't want to swap rows. That was an accident. I actually wanted to throw a shuriken, but we're gonna berserk Kane by using the power staff as a quote-unquote berserk item, and then we throw the shuriken. Oh, I remember. I forgot to actually equip Kane decently. And Cecil too. Now both of them deal very shitty damage. Or should I say, all of them deal very badly damage. I always forget some... Okay, I just messed up. I did a big mistake and I almost killed the run. You do not, for any reason, you do not want to throw Ogre Killer. Never. Never want to use Ogre Killer as a throwable item. Except maybe on a final boss, but that's a discussion for another day. But as of right now, no. Don't want that. Okay, let's redo this. I messed up big time. Let's redo this. Go here. Item. Adrenaline. Kane. Give him adrenaline. Out of this. Phoenix down. Revive. Equipment Cecil. Ogre Killer. I'm gonna give him Mithril Gloves. Him you give Power Gloves. Him you give Black Belt G. Him you give Headband. Give Mithril Shield. Ups, and Ogre Killer if I could equip it. Thank you very much. Abilities, you give him Adrenaline. Party, you change his party formation so that Kane is front row and Edge is back. Change battle speed, and we are good to go. Okay. Okay. We also have to make sure that we deal enough damage in a very fast time. Because if we don't, there could be a monster emerging from the door. And if it's a dragon, then it can kill us, if worst comes to worst. Okay. So, there is gonna be a couple more of these doors. I'm just gonna fight them the way I just did now. If you have any questions regarding those fights, leave a comment in the video below. Ask how to fight those guys. I'll gladly help out. I'll just run through the rest of the dungeon up until Demon Wall with a speed up now, so we don't lose a lot of precious RTA time. So you don't have to, like, wait and go through all this for a long time. Just want to speed through all the boring parts so you can watch the more interesting parts, which are actually useful and actually teach you something about the strats and the fights that we did run. And since everyone just died, we have to revive all of them. Dang, 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 dang. Battle speed fast, and we're good to go. Oh, actually, no. Well, actually... Yeah, let's do it this way. Since this enemy should not attack, it's only using a 9th dimension, and because of Lustrous Shield, nothing will ever happen. There we go. Door. And we will continue. Almost there. Oh. Didn't do the fast battle speed, whatever. It's whatever. Just have to deal with slow battle speed, it's whatever. Okay, there we go. I should have done battle speed fast before that, but yeah, that's okay. It's okay. Take the crystal, and then we go out, and then it's this happening, and we're like, what the crap is happening right now? And it's a wild demon wall attacking us. So demon wall is a fight which is basically DPS raise. We just have to deal a bunch of damage in a very short amount of time before Demon Wall gets too close to us and crushes us. So, what we're gonna do is just we DPS as much and as fast as possible before Demon Wall itself can actually kill us. So we're gonna throw Shuriken, we're gonna bluff, we're gonna use Dragon, we're gonna Power Staff, we're gonna Cane. Cane attack, cry, so damage will be even greater. And then we cast Dragon with Rydia, and that we do on repeat. It's basically bluff, dragon, attack with Kane and Cecil, shuriken with Edge, and you're good to go. And after both Kane and Cecil are berserked, Rosa isn't really doing anything. Plus 5,000 damage, it's good. Almost done, I would say. Okay, I can't summon anymore. So we have to ignore Rydia for now, because she can't summon. She can't deal damage anymore. Okay, we're done with the fight anyway. It's basically just bluff, dragon, shuriken, and attack with Cecil and Kane on repeat until we kill. Okay, so now what you want to do, the very first thing you want to do, before even changing your battle speed back to slow, you want to go to Kane and unequip literally everything. Because Kane is gonna leave our party once we get out of this dungeon, and once he leaves our party, he will also take his stuff with him, and he will not return with that stuff. He will actually get new pieces of equipment when he rejoins the party, which is actually worse. So basically, the stuff that you worked for so hard in your run will be deleted. So, and now, unlike other versions, you actually just have to walk back. Because this version does not have a chance to do teleport or emergency exit. Start of Sealed Cave again. Yeah, did I say that this area likes to give you a lot of encounters? Just like Moon? Okay. Now, this scene right here, Kane leaves our party. And after this, we gotta fly back to the Dwarven Castle once more. There's a long black screen, which always makes me feel like we crashed, but we don't. Yeah, and now we fly back. Go to Dwarven Castle. And then to the king. And in the same breath, Sid will enter and tell us, yeah, he's gonna improve the ship once more. And now with the upgraded airship, we can go back to the overworld. And on the overworld, we'll take to Mysidia. Then Mysidia will be greeted by the Elder. Tells us once again of the prophecy once occurred. And now the lunar whale was unearthed us. Okay. Now we're flying to the moon. We're leaving the lunar whale and go on to moon itself. Okay, we will now check if... I will also check something before, oops. Later on. But yeah, now we're on our way to get a new party member. The last new party member. That new party member is gonna be Fusoya. Fusoya is a Lunarian. People of the moon. He's gonna aid us in the fight against next couple bosses. Oops. Okay, go. Wow. Good RNG. Going through all the tunnels. Aggressive encounters, say. Okay, almost there, almost there. Okay, so I want to check something. One thing. So my game usually crashes right before I get to the next cutscene, the next FMV cutscene skip. If I don't close the game, that is. However, I closed the game more than once while I did this tutorial. And if it's still going to happen, my game should close itself once Rydia's finished talking here. Okay. Looks like closing the game once or twice due to like bad RNG helped game not crash this time. It's a consistent crash that occurs in my runs if I never close the game once in a run. It's around 30 seconds to 40 seconds that I always lose to the reset I have to do. Okay, so Now, Shine of Babil, or the Shine itself, Shine Babil. We go through this area. Oops. We will take this map treasure, 3x potions. Those will be useful on the final boss. We take this treasure right here, the Fuma Shuriken, which is going to be used on the next boss fight, actually. Okay, and go down here, go up here. Now, this is the last map before we fight the Archfiends. And we have to 100% complete this map for an item. While we do that, we also pick up this chest here, which is an elixir. And as you all know, elixirs are always good, so we'll pick it up. We also need that elixir. Make sure that we have 100% of the map. And right before we transition to the next place, we give Upgrade and Analyze to Fusoya. We also revive every single person in the party. Use magic to mini, hold, and unmini ourselves again. Okay. And now we fight the Archfiends. So the Archfiends, you saw I only revived my characters, but I did not fully heal them. Reason why is because before the Archfiends fight, you get a full heal from the boss itself. So we just revive our characters, get the mini and toad glitch in, which will give us reversal and faith. And then we start for the Elemental Archfiends fight. So, we do a lot of stuff at the same time. So, to start out, what we do here is, with Rosa, we haste Rydia, and Rydia uses Bluff. Rydia is then gonna be set up later on because she will be used on 3 bosses, doing the most amount of damage out of everyone. And Cecil, Edge, and Fusoya will each cast an elixir upon the Scarmelion. So let us switch to that. Elixir him, Bluff, Self, Haste, Video. Elixir him. Edge is gonna be the last one to do the elixir. He's the fastest one. I am going to wait to cast elixir though, so I can actually prepare a twin cast in between. Let's hope we will do enough damage and we will be fast enough to kill. Don't. Oh, that's bad. Oh, no! Okay, this is the absolute worst that could have happened. Oh, okay, this is bad. This is actually bad. This is terrible. Now our entire party is slowed, which is very bad. You don't want this to happen. And this is a very big time loss, because now slow will be throughout Barbarizia and Rubicon. So if the strat would have been perfect, Panyatsi wouldn't have been able to cast a single thing. So what I should have done is cast Blizzaga a little bit earlier when starting off with Fustoya. I should have casted Blizzaga right after Twin Cast. After I would have casted Blizzaga, then is when I should have used Elixir, and then I should have done Shiva instead. Yeah, we were a little bit late on that. He's not cried yet. So yeah, Holy, and she uses Dragon. And the problem is we can't get out of this. We can't. It's so dumb. You know what? I'm gonna rehaste Radia because she needs it the most out of everyone. She needs haste the most out of every single person here. I mean, I'm gonna Elixir anyway after Archfiends. So okay, so just to reiterate, this is not an optimal fight at all. Just FYI. Want this to be clear. This fight is not optimal at all. But it would have been optimal if nothing of the sort would have happened. If I wouldn't have been slowed, then everything would have been according to plan. Wait, we're gonna wait. Perfect. Archfiends is a little bit tricky. I would highly recommend, after watching the tutorial, recommend watching a speedrun, or how a speedrun does the Archfiend strats. Usually should always be executed really well in the runs. So yeah, either watch a run and see how it's done there, or ask any of the runners and see if they're able to help. Okay, one more bluff and then Shiva, and we should be good to go. Actually, I think a Shuriken would have done it at this point. Might be wrong, but I think a Shuriken could have killed. Perfect. Okay, now we have to prepare for CPU, which is going to be the next fight. But before I move on, we gotta revive Fusoya. And now here comes the part that confuses a lot of people. But me as well. Definitely me. So, you have a 1 elixir left, and you want to use this on Rosa. This way she has full MP and full HP. That's good. Now, you have 2 ethers left and 2 dry ethers. You want to give 1 dry ether to Fusoya and 1 to Cecil. Wanna full heal Rosa, but she's already full. So then full heal Cecil. Good. Now, next. We go to Magic, go to Fusoya. Mini once. Go to Toad. Toad once, and then Mini once again. This way, Fusoya has exactly 100 MP left, which is exactly what we need for Meteor. Okay. So, we got almost full MP here. We got full MP here, so we should be in the MP percentage. But just in case, if it wouldn't be enough, I have 1 extra, or should I say 2 extra ethers. So I'm gonna use 1 here. I would say it would still be enough to do the fight, but just out of safety, I won't. Okay, so now for the CPU fight, there's a very specific way on how to do the fight. Okay, so to start the fight, just want to cry with Cecil, bluff with Rydia, and throw Shuriken with Edge on main CPU. Those are the 3 moves you want to do from the get-go, and then what you then do is only throw Shuriken until Rydia is able to summon Ramu. Now you wait. Now you wait for Rydia to be able to get ATB again. That's all you do. You just wait for Rydia. Don't do anything else. You just wait for Rydia. Okay, now we can start casting Twin Cast and Meteor. Once this entire thing connects, once Ramu is completely filled up and Ramu's about to be casted before Meteor and Ultima, we should be good to go. Now, in worst case scenario, just do 1 more Ramu in case this Shuriken plus Ultima plus Meteor doesn't kill. And I guess it kills both the nodes, but not the main CPU. As I thought. Because the Shuriken didn't do enough damage. The Shuriken did too many damage rolls. And that should kill. Perfect. And that was just because of damage roll. But otherwise, this is the entire fight. It's very easy. With mini reversal, this fight is very easy and basically free. It's a basically completely free fight. Okay, now we have to go through Theodore's, or should I say Golbez's pass. Doesn't have a map, really. It's also not a lot that you have to do. You just gotta get out of the house. Talk to, yeah. Go back into the house, talk to the mother, and then we have a bunch of cutscenes.
After that,
Okay.
to the borderlands from others.
Back on track. Bunch of cutscenes again, just cutscene skip, and here is a very long drought of, like, explaining stuff. Because we only gotta go to the moon now, walk a long distance to the final dungeon, do our second to last menu there. Change battle speed to slow, by the way. And we have to pick up a couple arguments that our friend Fusoya left us behind. And we have to do one of the last menus of the run. Oops. Okay, so here are the 3 items. This one, and this one. So here in the menu, what we have to do is go inventory, Phoenix, give it to Kane. Even though Phoenix is not necessary anymore these days, it's just something I'm still picking up. It's not necessary anymore. And I don't know why I pick up Bless. Bless is useless in this route. Now we go to equipment first. Go to Kane. We equip Ogre Killer, Power Armlet, Black Belt G, Headband. And that's that. Abilities, you go to Rydia, change Bluff with Bard Song, then Haste March. Then, no, I think Cecil's good. He gets Adrenaline and Phoenix, and she gets Omnicasting. Then we change the settings. Actually, battle speed slow. But accidentally. And we are good to go, yeah. Should be good to go. With that said, and without further ado, last dungeon hype. Now, this is just a long distance of running. I will, yet again, just let you see where I'm going through, and let you take notes of where to run. Okay, almost in Deep Moon. In Deep Moon, we have to pick up 2 chests, which are both Fuma Shurikens. Both a very, very, very strong throwable item. Like you saw earlier in Giant of Babil, this is the first Fuma Shuriken out of the bunch. It is a very powerful shuriken that will deal a lot of damage, and we need it for Seromus because one specific strat, the specific strat that we do for Seromus to kill him or try to kill him before Meteor requires to deal a bunch of damage in a very short period of time, and that's where Fuma Shurikens can come in handy. Oops. But a little bit too far for this staircase. This is the last zone before Zeromus. Okay, and we're done. Now, battle speed fast. Revive everyone that's dead. Double mini. Okay, I want to check once more. We're good. I just want to be sure we have everything that we need. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. That final go-through of seeing if I have everything is something I usually don't do, but for this tutorial I did that just to see if, that I won't do another mistake again. You want to mini-cast your party again, like you saw me do earlier. And you want to have battle speed fast, and okay, now it's our turn. Okay. We're now at Seromus. Seromus, the last boss of the game. This is not his true face. His true face is after we use the crystal with Cecil. And we're not immediately using the crystal with Cecil, since we have to prepare before we actually start the fight. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use X potions with Pain and Edge. Actually, with Cecil and Edge. And you needs it for something else in a second. We haste everyone in the party. With because of Omnicast, we can haste the entire party now instead of just doing it solo. Pain needs to wait a little bit until Cecil regains his ADB. Then Cecil uses Crystal. Then, Pain uses Focus One on himself. Then Rita does Haste March. And Rosa currently waits for a sec. Slows Cecil, Cries, and Edge, as soon as there is the chance to do so, we use Fumo Shuriken. We do damage pushing. And we don't want Kane to miss his attacks. So why do we cast Slow on Zeromus? Well, when we cast Slow on Zeromus, it takes long for him to cast something. And if we use Slow on him, the chances of him being able to cast Black Hole is a lot less guaranteed. So there is a chance that when Zeromus is slowed, that we can skip Black Hole altogether, as well as Big Bang. But we have to deal with the counter flare, sadly. That, and then an attack. Nice. Oh my god. Really? Okay, that's very bad. That's very bad. Wow, we just got really bad RNG. That's horrible, actually. And, dude, and he is not stopping to miss. That's three misses in a row. Okay, I never attacked with Cecil there before. Wow, this is disgusting how bad this is. I'm amazed. We now have to Berserk. Well, I should have done Power Staff, whatever. Wow, I'm amazed. I haven't had Black Hole here in a long time. And it's a very RNG heavy thing if you get Black Hole or not. Oh yeah, Haste. I forgot Haste. Absolutely horrible. Okay, this fight so far went absolutely horrible. But if you want to see how a fight should work if you get good RNG, just check out one of my PBs on speedrun.com, or one of my recently finished runs. Those should show how a good RNG fight looks like. If you don't miss like every second attack. Okay, we just Shuriken throw and attack with Kane over and over again. Okay, Osmos, that's a good sign. But we also have to deliver damage now. We also have to deliver damage now, because if we don't deliver damage, then Thermus will be able to kill us. Or should I say, he will be able to use Meteor and slow us down. So we have to deliver damage now. Just Shuriken throw and attack over and over again. And if need, AB Way Trick. If need be, AB Way Trick. And we got him. GG. That's Zeromus. That's Final Fantasy IV PC. For everyone who wants to learn the route, I hope this was informative. I hope we're able to learn something from this. You were able to learn something from this tutorial. If there are things still unclear about the route, about strats, about the run, feel free to contact me. You can leave a comment on this YouTube video. Asking your questions about the run. You can contact me on Twitch, on Twitter, or even on my Discord. There should be a link to my Discord down in this description in case you're interested. And yeah, would be excited to hear from you. And I hope I will see you guys with the live split timer on Twitch. Until then, have good luck, and have a good one, and have fun learning F4 PC.